This is episode 16. My name is Marie, and I'm coming to you from Central New Hampshire. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Old Time Knits. This is my knitting podcast where I share all my knitting projects, what's on and off the needles, things I'd like to get on my needles, people that I've met, places that I've visited, and any fun yarny acquisitions. So if this sounds like something you would enjoy, then come on in and let's get started. Okay, so to start off with, I thought I would talk about what I am wearing. I am wearing my Love Note, which I haven't worn for quite a while. The last time I wore it was, I think, in like episode 2 or 3, and I had a really old school phone which had a pretty poor camera on it, so I thought I would wear it today and share it with you. It's cold here again. I don't know if we're ever going to get to spring. Everybody's talking about spring knits, but I'm still shivering. I don't know. I can't seem to get beyond it. But anyway, this is my Love Note, and I will stand up so that you can see it. I love it so much. It is, let me spin down. It is knit out of Hue Loco Spun XL sock in her Thistle colorway, and I combined it with Sonder Yarn Company, their mohair, in the Borealis colorway, and it is really quite lovely. Has a lot of depth to it. I was fortunate enough to be able to find a t-shirt almost the same color as it, so it's nice to be able to have something that kind of shows off the lace still, but doesn't necessarily have your bra strap showing. So yes, very comfortable. I like it very, very much, and I've worn it a lot, and I just did 3/4 sleeves on it. I think I'm not sure. I think the pattern might have 3/4 sleeves. I will say that the mohair is very, very pilly. You see it? I'm always peeling these things off of it. And I don't know, do you guys find that with mohair? Does anybody know if this stops after a while? I mean, I think that's probably why I got discouraged from continuing to knit with mohair, because it just seems like it's just all the time, pill. I'm always pulling things off me, little blobs. So anyway, enough about that. That is the Love Note by Tin Can Knits, and it's a great pattern, and it's a great knit. If you haven't knit one, I definitely recommend it. So, and now I'm going to move on to finished objects. And so my first finished object was a test knit. Here it is. This is the Magic Heel Socks ribbed DK weight pattern by the Autumn Acorn. And I do have two. I'm gonna put one down so that I can talk about it. So this pattern it's magic heel, super easy heel on it, and it was all ribbed, the whole sock all the way down, which makes for an incredible fit. It's a beautiful pattern. Easy peasy. If you've not knit socks before and you want to try socks, this might be a nice alternative, because you don't have to turn a heel on it. And sometimes, especially for beginners, that is very, very intimidating. So I highly recommend that if you're a first-time sock knitter, and it's DK, so it works up super, super fast. This yarn. All right, let's talk about the yarn. This is Magpie Fibers in their swanky DK base, and this is part of my bi-monthly subscription. Look at the colors. The speckles are crazy. And so it's called the Magpie Fiber Society. So this is society number 29. So it's exclusive to the club. Yeah, really, really beautiful. So this pattern, I am pretty sure, is due to be released, I want to say April 8th. I'm not exactly sure of that, but it's coming very, very soon. Super great test knit. This would be excellent for gift knitting. And you know me, I love DK, so I was all about this. Yeah, Judy was kind enough to let me test, and we had a great group of testers, and we had a lot of fun with that. So that is my first finished object. So now I will be excited to wear them. I made a pair of a magic heel for my granddaughter, and she loves them, and I have not had a pair myself. So this pair is for me, and I can't wait to wear them. So that is my first finished object. And then my second finished object is a sample knit, and I have to say that I really enjoy doing the test knits and the sample knits because it makes me go outside my comfort zone and outside of what I would normally I don't know, parameters, if you will, of my knitting. And these items are often things that I wouldn't necessarily veer towards, but I'm so glad that I've had the opportunity to do some of these. And so this is, get it situated here. This is the Pressed Flowers Cowl. It's the newest release in the series. Here, I'll put it on for you. It's kind of hard to show. Like, you can wear it long like that, or it will wrap a second time for a little bit snugglier thing. So much better when you style things in front of a mirror, but anyway, you get the idea. It's super cute. So this is really snuggly when you double it up like that. Yeah, I think it's cute. So let me talk a little bit more about it. This is a pattern by Amy Christophers, or Christophers, I'm not sure how you say it. And so it's knit excuse me, it's knit flat, starting here. So you knit back and forth, and then you go through the process of all of the different pressed flowers, and then you end here and you mattress stitch it. So mattress stitch, I have not had a whole lot of experience with that. That was really cool how to do that, I learned. This is all mosaic knitting slip stitches, so it's not stranded. It was super intuitive, super easy. I knit this in 4 days because I could not put it down, and part of it is you know, the yarn, because you're so excited to get to the next segment, but I really love this too. It's so pretty, and this is all with just slip stitches that it does. So this sample, I don't know if I said it, is for Michelle of Woolens and Nosh, which I often do samples for her, and I enjoy her immensely, and I love her yarn. And I did just have a visit with Michelle. If you haven't watched that video, try and remember to link it so that you can watch it. She's truly famous for her self-striping, which actually I do have a self-striping. I forgot to show a finished self-striping in hand for that video, but I'm just going to show it real quick here. So this is one of my favorites. This one is called Percolated. This is a DK weight, and it's 100% superwash merino 3-ply, 243 yards to 110 grams, and it's called Percolated. Super amazing. So if you haven't watched the video, I strongly urge you to go back and watch it. It was so interesting, and again, it makes you, you know, really realize how much these people put into these dyers. You know, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of math, it's a lot of finagling and trying to figure things out. It was awesome, absolutely awesome. So anyway, sorry, that was a little sidetrack there. The yarn that I'm using for this is Michelle's DK, her 100%, same as that base superwash DK. And I'm going to be honest with you, I do not have a tag, so I'm not sure what the actual color is on this one, but whatever it is, it's gorgeous. Yeah, super nice blue. And then she had me pair it with a new to me yarn called Feederbrook Farm. Feederbrook Farm. And this is 260 yards, 100% blue-faced Leicester. And the color number is 51. So this is the color changing yarn, and boy, this is so nice. Super soft, great colors. It was, I see why people get addicted to these because when you're knitting it and it's changing colors, you're just like, ooh, let me get to the next color. What a nice yarn. So this was something that Michelle had in her stash, and it really combined nice. So look at the colors that goes through. Super pretty. This bright here was a big surprise to me. I wasn't expecting it. It was so fun when it actually happened. So yeah, really a great knit. And so, you know, sometimes these patterns, like there's the cardigan and of course the shawl, and then there's the hat, but I liked this. This is like a happy medium, if you will, between the shawl and you know, and the hat. It's a smaller project, goes a little bit quicker, and the shawl was quite a bit bigger. So I super loved that. So I will link all of the information. Forgot to say that. I will link all of the information down below, links to my project pages and all of these, all of the information on these as much as I can. I will link down below. Okay, and on to works in progress. I have a couple of them. Oh, excuse me. My first one is in a bag that I showed on a previous podcast. This is, I just love this so much. This is from Wing and a Prayer Farm, and this is one of their sheep there on the farm. I just love it. The bag tells a little bit about the sheep. So good. So this is a dice bag for a sweater, which is what I have in it. I haven't worked on this one too much because I do have another project, which I'll show you in a minute, but I'm really liking this a lot. Whoops. I just threw my yarn ball over there. Oh well, get it after. I think I said that I wanted more cardigans in my life, so I started this. And this is the Anchors cardigan. And this is a fun knit too. It's been a while since it's been a little bit since I worked on it because I had the pressed flowers cowl that sucked me in. This is a great knit though, and I'm looking forward to having a cardigan out of it. I'm finding that I'm missing that in my wardrobe big time. So the yarn that I'm using, and I'm not sponsored in any way, but it is Magpie fibers, and I got this last fall at Woolen Folk when I went to New York. And this is again their Swanky DK, which it's dreamy because it's got cashmere in it. And this is the Bougie Beaver colorway. Yes, it's got cashmere in it, so it's so squishy. And I did buy a sweater quantity, knowing that that was what I wanted to do with it. So, yeah, it's coming along. It won't take any time at all if I can get back on it, and no rush on it anyway. I mean, we're coming into our warmer season here. I would love to have it done, for the springtime, but if it doesn't happen, no big deal. I enjoy working on it very much. So that is a really nice cardigan, easy peasy. I'm not looking forward to the button bands and me, but I'm just I keep pursuing these things because the more you do them, the better you get, and You know, the practice is what gets you good at it all. So I'm just going to keep going with it. What are you going to do? All right, and my next work in progress is in a super fun bag. This is from Little Robin Cottage. I'm going to show you her card. I have quite a few of her bags. I'm a fan of hers. That's her information. And I will try to remember to link her down below. But I love this bag. Look at the handles. It's measuring tape. And then the inside of the bag has all of these words of inspiration. And there's some pockets in there. And it does have a snap closure as well. It's a good size. So I have a sweater in here. So this work in progress is another test knit, sample knit, not a test knit, for Michelle of Woolens and Nosh. Hi, Michelle. I'm just such a big fan of her. She's just so great. So this, talk about putting me outside of my comfort zone. I have only ever done one colorwork sweater. I did the Blizzard, which is back a few episodes, and I truly did enjoy it, but I just haven't ventured there. I don't know. I don't know. It's like an intimidation factor. I'm not really sure what the reason is, but anyway. So Michelle chose a sweater in her yarns, and here it is. Sorry, it's kind of bunched up. And this is called the Threpmuir by Isolde. Isolde Teak. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I definitely will put it on the screen, but you guys, oh my gosh, this was so fun to do. I learned so much, and it just, I was addicted to it. I was stuck on it. I just knit. I learned how to follow a chart. Not that that's a big deal to a lot of people, but to me, I'm not much of charts, and it was a simple chart. It was in the round. That's super helpful. What else did I learn? This is 3 colors in this yoke, where I've only done 1 or 2 previously. What else did I learn? I learned a left lifted increase, which again probably isn't a big deal for a lot of people, but you know, just for me, just learning things, I love it so much. So I'm doing the smallest size in the pattern, which I have never done a smallest size in a pattern ever in my life, but you know, it's just a sample, so you know, we didn't need it to fit anybody, and it has been nothing but a pleasure the whole time. Just a complete pleasure. So I'm halfway down the body. Well, I have to go 13 inches, so you know, I have a ways to go on it, but it goes so fast. And I am alternating skeins, which I haven't done a whole lot of that in the past, but boy, it's really nice. It makes for a really great evenness on the color. So let me talk a little bit about the yarn. And so here's Michelle's logo again, which you guys have seen plenty of times. This is her non-superwash merino fingering base. It's 100% merino. It's a 4-ply. It's 434 yards to 115 grams. So it's a little bit more grams. It's beautiful. And let me show you the tag. And this is her roasted butternut colorway. It is so squishy. And I have not, I don't think well, yeah, I have knit with non-superwash. This is not crunchy woolly. It's just beautiful. And I love this color. So let me show you the other two. Shoot, I don't know where I'm not sure where the color tags are for this. Okay, here's one of the blues. Same base. And here is the other blue. Sorry, the cake's all messy. The troublesome cat got a hold of this when I wasn't looking, so it's okay. It's fine. Gosh, I wish I could remember the colors. I will put the colors on the screen so that in case you guys want to check out Michelle's website. Really, really nice yarn. Just really happy with it. So here it is again. I know, it's just crazy. Threpmure. It's the strangest name. And I know everybody's looking, you guys do this, you know, here they are. Here's my floats, because everybody wants to see floats. I am very, very proud of myself. To be honest with you, I didn't catch floats. There were a couple places where there was, you know, a little bit longer float, but in general, there wasn't. I find sometimes when I catch my floats, it's, it gets tight and puckery, and I'm hoping that this is going to block out nicely. It's not super, super puckery, but you can see it is pulled in a little bit. I did not go up a needle size because my gauge changed a lot when I went up, and I felt like the color work was too loose. So I think blocking is going to do wonders for this, but it is, what a beautiful pattern. And I thought it was going to be so complicated when I first started it. I was sweating. I was so nervous. I was like, oh no, all right, Michelle, I'll give it a try. But I'm so happy that I did, and it's just stunning. Just super, super nice pattern. So yeah, so that is a sample knit, and I'm cruising through that because the yarn is just joyful to knit with, and it won't take too long now. I'm anxious to get back onto my Anchors cardigan so that I can get that off the needles and have that maybe even for spring. We'll see. So that is all that's on my needles. I really, really need to get a pair of socks back on my needles because I miss having a sock to pick up and take with me. I have been just taking my, you know, the sweater with me, but it's a little bit big. So I'm hoping to get some socks on the needles soon. Yeah. And, you know, I want to keep up with my 2 pairs a month, and I'm already in the 4th of April. So I gotta get that on the needles. All right. Okay, and things that I've gotten acquired here. I have 2 things, and my first one is my Yarn of the Month Club from Palmer Yarn Company, and here it is. It is so pretty. This is a sock set, and this is on her 80/20 merino nylon. It's 400 yards for 100 grams, and it's in the prairie colorway. That's probably a more accurate depiction of it. It is so squishy, squishy, squishy. I'm starting a little collection of these guys. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with them. They all seem to be in, like they could go together. So maybe down the road, I'll get to do a sweater or something with them. Really nice. Very happy with this club. And Kimberly does a fantastic job dyeing. So that was my first acquisition. And my second acquisition just came yesterday. I was so excited. This is the Yarn of the Month from Freckled Whimsy, which I have talked about before. And this is her April color. Shoot, I probably should have warned you guys. This is DK, Serendipity DK, and 4-ply. And this is called Long Time No See. It is beautiful, self-striping. Can't wait to knit this one up. So I am really enjoying my Yarn of the Month clubs. They're not for everybody, but I really like them. It's just fun to have a little bit of a surprise come every month, and it's fun. Yesterday I squealed when I went to my mailbox and I found one in there. So that really is a good thing. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about, I acquired actually about a couple weeks ago, and sometimes I like to just, I like to investigate on tips and tricks and find books that, offer you suggestions or alternative ways. I like to learn. How about that? So here's the book that I purchased, and this is from Patty Lyons. It's called The Knitting Bag of Tricks, and it is so interesting. It has, oh my goodness, everything you could ever want to know in here. Information on gauge, information on sweater construction. She's got illustrations, fixing drop stitches, long tail casts on, different cast ons. I mean, I could just go on and on and on. Slip knits. The gauge was very, very information. Knitting in your tail. Just so much. I'm halfway through the book. I've made it to page 134. And there's like 200 and just a little over 200 pages in it. So good. Like you could read it and then read it again, and then it's a great reference too. So really, really good. So anyway, I just thought I'd mention that, and I've got my fun little bookmarker in here from Sonder Yarn Company. They send these in when you place an order. I love these little rulers, but I use it as a bookmark. So anyway, that's a great, it's a great resource to have in your library. And I've just read a lot, and there's a lot of information, and it's like you got to read it and then read it again. But anyway, great source for information. And that is all I have actually acquired. And so I thought now I wanted to talk a little bit about a couple of podcasts. And this particular one I have mentioned before recently, but I'm so into them that I thought I would mention it again. I mentioned it because I bought yarn, but just in passing mentioned this podcast, and it is called Jonsen Fiber Mill. And I mentioned it because I purchased these yarns at the Farm and Fiber Days. But I have just become so engrossed with the women. They're so good. So this is it's a mill, and it's in White River Junction, Vermont. Peggy and Amanda are the owners of the mill, and they process fiber for all kinds of people in addition to their own sheep's wool and their own small farms. I like them because they're very, very real. By the way, this color is called Aurora Borealis, and this is one of those color changing yarns. It's called Making Tracks. It's fantastic. So these two women have the most moving and touching story of how they met, and they actually filmed, they call it a millcast, it's a podcast on how they met, and it brought me it brought me to an emotional state. It was really, really moving. And so now I've just watched them every week, and they are so interesting because they're so informative. They share information about, the process of having a sheep farm and shearing, and now they're into lambing season and the process of the actual woolen mill, and it's just super wonderful. So if you get a chance to check them out, they are Junction Fiber Mill. I'm gonna go visit them. I really, really am. I'm gonna let them get through lambing season first, though. And they have a fantastic website with their yarns on it that you can purchase. So yeah, definitely check them out. And then the second podcast I wanted to mention, everybody knows about this person already, but every time I watch her, I think, wow, she's just really great. And it is Little Big Knits and Selma. She's a Canadian-based podcaster. I'm sure you've watched her. I'm sure you've seen her, but I always enjoy her podcast, and she often has good tips and tricks, and she does beautiful sweaters and socks, and she's just a great easy to watch podcast. So if you haven't checked her out, then I will link her also down below. All right, well, not too much else going on, just trying to get through winter, hoping it doesn't snow anymore, and I can't think of anything really that we've done, or we're just, busy in our everyday life and heading to work, heading home, hanging out, doing some knitting. So yeah, nothing really big deals going on. The only other thing I can think of to talk about, and I didn't talk about, is I recently rejoined Wardrobe Toolbox, which is Libby Jonsen of Truly Myrtle. And this program is fantastic. It's an online learning for knitters. And she just released a new shawl. It's called Dreamweaver. And, she will host like a knit along within the community, the Wardrobe Toolbox community. But the pattern was also just released on Ravelry. So if you haven't seen that yet, you should go check it out. It uses minis, 24 of them. Mine are all lined up right along the top shelf here. You can't really see them very good, but I just decided to choose my minis. I don't know if I'll get to cast that on right now, but it's a hopeful future knit. We'll see. I'd like to be able to knit along with the community, but I just have to see. I don't like to get too many things cast on because then I get all nervous about it. Dumb. So anyway, excuse me. That is it, I think, for today. Thank you so much to everybody who has, liked and subscribed. And, if you have suggestions or tricks or pattern ideas, anything, leave a comment down below. I love interacting. I say it every time. It sounds like I'm a broken record, but it's so super fun, and the channel is gaining momentum, and I have some very pleasant people here joining me all the time, and I just really, really appreciate you guys. So thanks again for watching. Happy knitting, keep your needles clicking, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.